Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with RomWills. Take time to rest. I'm gonna tell you what, we are working hard out here. At least I hope we're working hard. I'm working hard. I'm hoping the rest of y'all working hard. But people are working hard out here. And indeed, you got people maybe working 2 or 3 jobs in this current economic environment. And even when you're not working, you're doing some other stuff. If you have children, you're working, trust me. Trust me. You're doing stuff, or you have projects that you have. And I'm gonna tell you what, everybody, I don't care what you're doing, take time to rest. You need that rest no matter what. Even if you're working on something that you really love, you need to rest because you can overwork yourself there. A lot of people really getting sick out here. They really getting tired. They because they working hard. And this is coming from a professed workaholic. In fact, when I had my medical emergency a couple years ago, one of the things I said to myself, I said, I probably needed a break because I was a workaholic. Don't be like me. Take some time and rest. Even if it's 1 day a week, I don't care what you're doing. Take some time, do whatever. Go for walks, watch that silly TV show, do whatever that you're doing that relaxes you, that relaxes your body, whatever. I don't care what it is. I don't care what you're doing. You have to do that. That's very important because we all need rest. Because I'm going to tell you what, our bodies can't just go, go, go. Now, if you have that body that can go, 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 hey, you need to be doing some videos. But even then, you need rest. In fact, you'll get many things that will say, hey, you need to get this much sleep. That's rest. Even when you're awake. Sometimes just sit back and chill. Sit back and relax. One of the things I've been doing since my medical emergency a couple years ago is resting more. And if I'm sitting down, shoot, I'll close my eyes. Might even fall asleep or something, but I'm resting. I ain't doing as much. I ain't to that point where I'm doing everything in one day. I'm spreading stuff out more. You can do the same thing. I don't care. Think about it. I don't care what it is. I don't care how much money you're making. Take some time out and rest. Indeed, I've read about millionaires, very successful people. They will take some time out and rest. In fact, I remember, it just popped in my head about a teacher in high school. We never went the full class. He would say, hey, we need to rest, all right? He would go hard, maybe the first half of the class, and then we would just rest and chill. He even said that. I'll never forget that. I will never forget that. And that's important. That's important. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your position is, what you have to do. I don't care if you have to take care of some children. Yeah, it's tough with the children, but every now and then you need to say, yeah, I need to rest. Y'all go do whatever. I need to rest. Even with babies, even with babies, you have babies, those babies going to sleep. Sleep while those babies are sleeping. Get some rest. Take time, seriously. Consciously take time. I don't care what you got to do. I have a dear friend now that's just busy. I say, hey, take at least 1 day where you're not doing anything work related. 1 day, at least 1 day. Ideally 2 days. And whenever you get a chance, even when you're doing some work, take some breaks. That's why, like a good job or something like that, they'll give you some breaks at least for a little bit. But you have to do that. That's a very important thing that you have to do. Look, because you need that. Because, look, if you push your body, that's why a lot of people get in trouble. My medical emergency, because I can point to like not resting enough back then. I can point to it because, look, I might not realize it. Ron's a workaholic or was a workaholic. I'm like, well, I got to take some time off. In fact, I remember on one of my 1,000 jobs that I worked on back in the day, I had a manager who was a workaholic, end up having a stroke. Because she would be working, she come in early, stay late. After a while, once she had that stroke and she was able to come back to work, when it was time for her to go home, she just went home. She was just like, man, I ain't doing this. I ain't doing this. I'm taking some time off to rest and relax. And that's very important. And when I say rest and relax, yeah, it's good if you go someplace on a vacation. If you have to do that, do that. Do that. Don't go on a working vacation though. Go someplace, rest, relax, chill out, have some fun. But just do it every day. Every day. Take some time off every day, every single day. Watch that silly TV show or whatever you do for entertainment. Play that game on your smartphone. Whatever you do, whatever relaxes you. Go for that walk. Walks are very good. Go for that nature walk. Go out in a park. Go out in a park. Go out in a park and sit. I remember when I worked for the government and I would be coming home from work and I wouldn't go straight home. I wouldn't go straight home. There was a particular park where I would get my bus, but I wouldn't always get the bus right away. I would just sit in a park and chill. Park and chill. Yeah, I would see some people walking their dogs by, but you know, I chill, watch the squirrels doing their thing, watch dudes trying to pick up some women. But I would just sit back and relax. Do that. Do whatever it takes. Whatever. Find if you have a specific activity that relaxes you, do that. Plan that. And just do it. Don't think about, oh, well, I got to do this, this, and this. Leave that to the side. It'll be there. Your work will be there. But whatever the case, you got to relax. It's very important. It's very important. In fact, I had a dear friend, may she rest in peace. She was a Seventh-day Adventist. And a couple times I actually went to church with her. And one of the things that they did was on Saturdays, they didn't watch TV. They would just chill out, hang out with each other. And I was like, you know, that's very powerful. That's very powerful. And you know, I don't talk about religion on here specifically. And I'm not promoting that. I'm just saying that's what they did because they recognized rest was important. And that's the thing that's very important. Get some rest, okay? Get some rest. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Take some rest after this or find some time, schedule some time to rest. Everybody needs it. So I want everyone to keep rising to become the best person they are meant to be. Peace and blessings.